Hey kids, happy Palm Sunday and welcome back to our 5-minute Bible story. We're going to be talking about hope again this week. Last week we talked about hope and what it is. It is an expectation or desire for a certain thing to happen, and how the opposite of that is worry. God says we should not worry because if He can provide for the birds and the flowers of the field, then He can definitely provide for us. Today, we're going to talk about how hope is an anchor for our soul. So a few weeks ago, we talked about Peter and the disciples in a boat in the middle of a storm, and Jesus came and rescued them from that storm. But today we're going to use another example similar to that. So imagine we are in a boat in the middle of a storm. The waves are rocking and we are drifting all around. The wind is blowing us to and fro. And what is something that we can use to help hold us still? An anchor. If we threw an anchor out of our boat, it would help us stay in one place so we wouldn't be blown all around. That is what Jesus says hope is like. Hope is an anchor for our soul. That's what it says in Hebrews 6:19. We have this hope as an anchor for our soul, firm and secure. So we can rely on the hope in Christ to help us stay steady in the midst of a storm. So what happens when we have a whole bunch of hope? Say enough hope to fill a balloon. Sometimes we put our hope in people and they let us down. Our balloon lets out a little bit of hope. Sometimes we put our hope in luck or a sports team competing to win, and sometimes they don't win and they let us down. Our hope is let out. And sometimes we put our hope in time, that things will get better and that tomorrow will be better than today. Sometimes that doesn't always happen. What happens to our hope? It's let out. In Proverbs chapter 13, verse 12, it says, hope deferred makes the heart sick, but a longing fulfilled is like a tree of life. So what that means is whenever we have a hope and it's not fulfilled or we're let down, it makes our heart hurt. It makes us feel sick even. But whenever we have a hope that is fulfilled, a promise that is kept, it's like a tree that is alive. It blooms in us. It makes us have more hope. So we need to make sure we have our hope in the right people, in the right things. So God is the only safe and secure place to have our hope. He is never going to let us down. He is always going to keep His promises. So this brings us all the way back to our first week of Faith Talk 4 weeks ago when we talked about Abraham. God made Abraham and Sarah a promise, an incredible promise, an impossible promise. But you know what? God keeps His word, and He kept that promise. People don't always keep their promises. I know for myself, I've broken a promise once or twice, and it does not feel good to break a promise, and it especially didn't feel good for the people that I let down. But God does not let us down. God always fulfills and keeps His word. So we always know that He is the safest place to put our hope. And that is why He is an anchor for our soul. When we have hope in Him, we know that we are safe and we are going to be provided for. So let's end there, and I'm going to give some updates about the next couple of weeks and what's going to be happening. So first things first, we have a winner for last week's giveaway. I mentioned last week that we were doing a giveaway. If you liked the Facebook page and you commented on the video, you'd be put in a drawing for a chance to win this game right here. I didn't announce the game, but I am announcing it right now. This is the game that we're giving away, and the winner of this is Ethan Herr. So good job, Ethan. You commented and you had your family help you like the page. So I'll be bringing this to your house at some point. I'll talk to your parents about how to get it there. And so that brings us to this week's giveaway. I'm going to be giving away this right here. It's Throw Burrito. So again, if you would like to be put in a chance to win this game in our giveaway, I need you to like our Facebook page, the River Kids Facebook page, and then comment something that you learned today about hope in the comment section below this video, and I'll announce the winner next week. So good job, Ethan, on that. And so this brings us to next week. So next week is Easter, and we're not going to have our usual Easter party just because of the situation where we are going to be staying home for the next few weeks. But keep an eye on the River Life Facebook page. They're going to have information about what we are doing. So parents, make sure to check that sometime this week and see what Pastor Greg posts about how we're going to celebrate Easter together. Even though we won't be able to be in the same building or the same room together, we will celebrate as a church family in a really fun and awesome way. So keep your eyes open for that. And that's pretty much it for this week. So I miss you all incredibly, and I cannot wait until I see responses to this video. And hopefully someday soon we'll see you in person and be able to see your smiling faces. So I'll see you next week, and you have a great one. Bye.